have home sales across the GTA and Toronto real estate market hit a 24-year historical low? Well, it seems there are some articles out there claiming as such. And as always, we're gonna separate fact from fiction, what's true, what's not, what's in the middle, what can we take away from the latest numbers, and get down to the bottom of what's really happening within the Toronto and GTA real estate market at the time of recording this video. Before we get into it, hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty, back with another video for you guys here today. As always on this channel, we like to do everything having to do with the Toronto and GTA real estate market. So for any more informative content, subscribe, or for any buying, selling, or leasing inquiries, feel free to get in touch with me. My contact information was just on the screen and is in the description box. You can also book a call with me with my link in the description box. So what am I exactly referring to here when I talk about the Toronto and GTA real estate market experiencing a 24-year low in sales? Well, take a look at this article, for example. Toronto real estate sales had the worst month in 24 years. Prices dropped 15K over 31 days. This article by Better Dwelling claims, first and foremost, that the benchmark price of the home fell 1.4%, $15,000. in August of 2024, prices now being similar to October of 2021, and then goes on to highlight the fact that Toronto home sales had the worst August in 24 years. And the hint of truth in this, I mean, there's more than a hint, but what is actually true that is being extended and kind of stretched a bit is the fact that yes, this August was the worst August in 24 years. Sales fell 5.3% to the tune of 4,900, so 4,975, and it was once again indeed the fewest sales since 2000. And for more of a precise look and to tell you how this is a little bit misleading, let's go shift towards my spreadsheet for a second. Here I have all the sales since I started recording the sales since 2021, November of 2021, GTA-wide. And here we simply see, yes, indeed, August. And here we simply see that, yes, indeed, August of 2024, there were 4,900 sales, which was also a 7.7% decline from July of 2024, when sales were declining 13% from June of 2024, where sales were at 6,200, and that was a decline of 11% from May of 2024. So once again, yes, indeed, sales were low, but where this truth is being extended and a little bit misleading is the fact that in the article's title, it does not mention Toronto real estate sales had the worst month in 24 years insofar as August is concerned, and August is the month they're referring to. What it seems as if they're hinting at for people who only read headlines is that Toronto real estate had the worst month overall in terms of sales in the last 24 years, and that is not true. The truth isn't as rosy as most sellers would like, but that's certainly not true, because going back to my spreadsheet, we simply see that January had a lower sales figure, December had a lower sales figure, November of 2023 had a lower sales figure. Further back in 2023, we had once again, January of 2023 had a lower sales figure, December of 2022 had a lower sales figure, November had a lower sales figure, October of 2022 had a lower sales figure. So there's a lot of nuance to discuss here. I know this is a nuanced trigger warning for people who don't like to really look at the details and facts and like to either think the market's crashing or going to the moon. There is such a thing called a fine line, and we're going to talk about the fine line. Yes, indeed, it is true that August was one of the lowest sales figures in the last 24 years insofar as August is concerned. But what is not true is that it was the lowest sales figure overall within the last 24 years, such as the headline tries to cleverly imply. And however, although the headline is not true, moreover, the actual truth is not that worthy of excitement either, because as I went through it, although yes, indeed, there have been months coming lower than August 2024, they were mostly the Octobers, Novembers, Decembers, and Januaries, the holiday months. And really across the GTA real estate market on a seasonal basis, the holiday months kind of take a dip, things relax, things cool down, things calm down, and so do the summer months, June, July, August. Now, why are the sales actually so low? Why was August the lowest August in the last 24 years? Well, simply having to do with the fact that right now it's really condos that are weighing things down. Don't get me wrong, it's not like as if freehold, semi-detached, detached townhomes are flying off the shelves. else, but they're moving at a more rapid pace as compared to the condos. Condos, on the other hand, investors are completely out of the game. Any investor who is buying with less than 50% down, it's really an open question if it's worth it right now. And the investors with more than 50% down, they're not really active that much either. It's mostly the end users on the demand side, and most end users are either waiting for the prices to continue to tumble down, which I think can be a fool's errand. I don't think as an end user you should be timing the market perfectly if you're off by a month or two, as long as you got something you like. I think it's worth it as long as, once again, there is a suitable option in front of you. And those end users who are not waiting for the market to keep tumbling down and are actively looking, many of which I'm working with right now. I'm like working with a surprising amount of buyers in this market, like 4 or 5 actively. Those end users, assuming they're being represented by someone myself or someone reasonable, or they themselves are reasonable, there is a gap, there is a delta that's not being crossed right now between the bottom line that most sellers have purely because of their finances, not even sellers being greedy or stubborn, but certain sellers can't afford to keep price cutting or selling lower than listed because they will lose money, and how high buyers are willing to go in terms of the comparables in that given building. And this is something I'm coming across with 2 of my buyers, for instance, right now, where we look at a unit, we look at the comparables, we look at what's fair, and what's fair is still less than what the unit that we like is listing at or expecting. And once again, it's not them being greedy, it's just that 8 times out of 10, they bought it for higher than the comps are justifying now, and they can't afford to sell any lower. So this is kind of creating a pause in sales. Now, don't get me wrong, their sales are still happening, right? I sold a unit, purely speaking on my business, I purchased 2 properties in August, and I sold one in just 2 days, which I keep teasing. I'm gonna make a video on that hopefully soon when my cameraman that's famous on this channel now is available. This is a message to you, cameraman, make yourself available so we can record the fine unit for people. Although sales are happening and although I'm happily busy, I believe my experience is probably the exception. The reasons I described are primarily why there is a lull on sales right now, and not LOL lol, the other lull. But anyways, as always, I hope this video was informative. Hopefully we separated fact from fiction. We try to be nuanced as always on this channel. If you're not into that, maybe not the channel for you. Content on the Toronto and GTA real estate market. Follow me for more, subscribe, support the channel, and also you can find my contact info on the screen in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.